Welcome to Anime with Annie. Today's recap will be on the series Classroom of the Elite from episodes 1 to 7 of Season 2. So make sure to stay tuned until the end and hit the subscribe button if you're happy with what I recapped. That said, let's get started. Episode 1. Manabe Horikita receives the first special test results from Akane Tachibana. When Kiyotaka hears Yosuke Hirata mention Kai Kazuwara, he declines his request to go to lunch with him once they are back on the ship. A second special test is announced to the first-year students, and each student is required to assemble at a rendezvous location at a specific time. 8 groups of 14 pupils, each consisting of 3 students from classes A and B, and 4 students from each class C, D. Each group is given the name of a planet. The test lasts for 3 days, and on the first day at 8 a.m., the school designates one member of the group as a VIP, with the group discussing the individual twice daily. Everyone but the VIP sends a guest to the school after the final 30 minutes. The test consists of 4 cases. Case 1. If every student gives the right response except for the VIP's classmates, each student will receive 500,000 private points, and the VIP will receive an additional 500,000. Case 2. The VIP receives 500,000 private points if at least one person, excluding the VIP's peers, submits an incorrect response. If the VIP is revealed before the case is finished, the other 2 scenarios apply. Case 3. In this situation, if a student submits the right response, they will receive 500,000 private points and 50 class points, and the testing period is ended for their class. Additionally, if a VIP's classmate submits the right response, it will be disregarded and the exam will move forward. Case 4. If a student submits an incorrect response, the VIP will be awarded 500,000 private points, their class will be awarded 50 class points, and the testing period will be over. Additionally, if a VIP's classmate submits an incorrect response, it will be disregarded and the test will move forward. Neither Kiyotaka nor Suzune were VIPs on the exam day. Suzune is asked if she's a VIP and if she managed the results on the first exam by class Kartusi's Rien. Kiyotaka's Mars group introduces themselves during the first discussion. After that, everyone agrees when Class B member Honamani Chunos advises choosing Case 1, but Koji Machida and his Class A classmates stay out of any debates. According to Machida, these will culminate in a pupil discovering the VIP and betraying everyone else, leading to Case 3. Honami disputes that Machida's strategy destroys a student's opportunity for atonement, and points out that Case 1 permits courses with an equal number of students to collect an additional 500,000 private points. Day 1 ends with Kai crying for an unidentified reason. Episode 2. Hirata learns this information from a third party and tells Yurikimura and Kiyotaka that Kiko Hushida is a VIP. Rokuseku Noji's finding out of the true VIP suggests that the Jupiter group's test is now finished. Suzune and Kiyotaka intend to unite Class D in reaction to Konji's irresponsible behavior in order to get the most class points possible. Kai is chosen as their major play to complete it, since the Class D girls appreciate her. But in contrast to her usual demeanor, Kiyotaka notices that Kai has shown an astonishing lack of arrogance. Kai refers to herself as a parasite and labels herself as a parasite. She is dependent on people and is working on getting over her breakdown. Seiji Bashira, the teacher of Class D, was questioned by Chiho Nishimiya, the Class B teacher, on how Kiyotaka got to be the leader after the island test. Kiyotaka watches as Kai begs for Hirata's defense against Chiho. He agrees, but makes it clear that they are not dating. She rejects him after a suggestion to extend an apology to Chiho and her group. Hirata asserts that she only agreed to be her lover as a form of safety after being severely bullied. When Kai asks Kiyotaka whether he is the VIP before the third discussion, he responds that he is not. After both conversations, the Mars group is still a stalemate, but Kiyotaka and Yukimura point out that Chiho and her staff are keeping a watch on Kai. After the 4th chat, the girls follow Kai and the lads soon follow. Episode 3. Finally, Yukimura and Kiyotaka step in to help, but Kai corrects them. The 3rd day finds the Venus group's exam completed. Kiyotaka believes Class C is attempting to take advantage of the test, so he emails Chiho. Chiho and her girls, along with their classmate Rika, arrive, luring Kai to a remote area of the ship. Chiho speculates that Kai had previously been bullied, and Kai's panic reaction supports her theory. While Kiyotaka observes, Chiho coerces Rika into repeatedly hitting Kai, revealing that Kiyotaka was the subject of Chiho's email. Kai then shares her past experiences with abuse. When Kiyotaka discovers a cut on her chest, he promises to protect her in return for her cooperation in unifying Class D to succeed in the test. Kiyotaka then uses his points to make a purchase that's saved prior to the discussion's conclusion. Honami and Kiyotaka discuss how to go with Class A while being in different classes. Tetsuya Hamachi from Class B suggests that everyone present their assignments to attain Case 1 during the final discussion. Even though there is a chance that someone will reveal the VIP before others, everyone follows instructions one by one until Yukimura hesitates to show the email. Stunning everyone, he confesses that he is the VIP and begs him to keep his identity a secret until the test is through. By exchanging their cell phone numbers, Kiyotaka contrived a ruse that indicated Yukimura was the VIP. However, Hanami discovered it after dialing the former's number. After determining that she is the VIP, Kiyotaka suggests that they switch phones as well as SIM cards, which he obtained from Sei, and Kiyotaka trades Kai's phone to Yukimura. Episode 4. The names of the VIPs were picked depending on where they appeared in the Haranja scripture and which planet group they belonged to. Class C discusses how Class C is not entirely cohesive. The theme of the school's 13-event sports festival is Team Red versus Team White. Classes can choose the participants for the activities, and the sports festival has a number of advantages and demerits. Suzune wants to win using unfair techniques, but Kiyotaka thinks they can win using regular methods. The two talk about the sports festival requires serious preparation, in contrast to the previous two special tests. Suzune advises that they pair stronger and weaker students to win the event at the risk of the weaker students losing out on merit. Later, the class agrees to choose participants through skills or volunteering. Kai rejects Suzune's suggestion. Kai disputes the premise that choosing one's own event is preferable and points out that Suzune's attitude toward everyone makes it impossible for her to bring the class together. Kai and a few other students disagree with Suzune's point of view, and Suzune incites the group's ire by labeling them as incompetent. When Hirata asked the class to vote on which proposal they preferred, the majority selected Suzune's. Kiyotaka makes a prediction about a traitor in Class D, but stops when Kai presses for more. The class prepares for the festival in great detail. Episode 5. According to Ankoji's view, Kushida betrayed his country by leaking knowledge that led to Class C's victory in the cruise ship test. It's interesting that Episode 5 provided additional proof that a member of Class 1D is betraying the group. Episode 6. When Aokanjui confronts Kushida, she finally gets her to admit that she's been providing Class C with inside information in order to help them do better. Horikita is attempting to persuade Sudo to stick with it and return to class in the meantime. Episode 7. Manabe Horikita formally resigns from his position as head of the student council. Miyabi Nagumo from Class 2A will take his place and work to make the school a meritocracy. Following the assembly, 1A's Kohi Katsuragi warns Kyoto, Suzune, and Class D to be cautious about Ryuen. Following his departure, Mayasato from 1D timidly requests Kiyotaka's number and makes the implication that she has a crush on him. Chabashir was surprised and pleased that none of the kids were dismissed despite Class D placing last in the festival. The next special test, Paper Shuffle, which would be their final test, is then announced to the class. There is a threshold for the sum of the points from all subjects, and the couples will be chosen to use the results of a mini-test. Each class will create exam questions that will be answered by one of the other 3 classes. As Suzune and Kiyotaka prepare for the exam, Kai, Hirata, and Sudo join Kiyotaka and Suzune. They exchange emails about Kai seeing Maya make her confession. Kiko requests to join in, much to Kiyotaka's mistrust. Suzune thinks she can turn Kiyotaka into an ally despite Kiyotaka's suggestion that she gets Kiko kicked out. As Shiho Manabe, the mastermind of Class D, is revealed to be the spy helping him, Ryuen threatens his class with catching him. In order to link the top scorers with the lowest scores to establish an average threshold, Kiyotaka and Suzune reunite with the other students and come up with a plan to have some students purposely fail the mini-test. The class approves Suzune's proposal for the mini-test the following day. Kiyotaka was paired with Maya for Paper Shuffle. And that concludes my recap for Classroom of the Elite, series from Season 2 of Episodes 1 to 7. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, Anime with Annie, for more such exciting anime content and reviews. And please leave comments about what you thought of today's video. And remember, have an Annie-mazing day.